It sounds unreal, but I swear this happened. The HOA tried to claim ownership of my pool. My private, fully fenced-in backyard pool. No vote, no request, just a smug woman with a clipboard declaring it now belonged to community and that I should be honored. It all began on a quiet Saturday morning. I had just skimmed the last leaf from the water, a ritual that always helped calm my younger brother, Eli. For him, the pool isn't just a luxury. It's a sanctuary, a way to reset when his anxiety flares up. Then I heard it, that sharp, unmistakable click of high heels against concrete. And in came Belinda, the self-appointed queen of the Briar Ridge HOA, storming through my gate like she owned the place. No knock, no courtesy. Just a clipboard held high like it was a badge and a smile that made my skin crawl. "Mason," she said with mock enthusiasm, "your pool has been selected for our VIP spring social next Saturday." I stared at her, stunned. "Excuse me?" "Oh, don't worry. You don't have to lift a finger," she continued, already tapping away on her phone. "It's all arranged. We got flyers. The board approved everything. And we're expecting influencers." I pointed to the clearly visible sign on my gate. Private property. No trespassing. Eli had even painted a sunflower on it to soften the message. Belinda looked at it like it was some offensive graffiti. "That's cute," she smirked. "But community needs come first. See here." She flipped her clipboard to reveal a typed mandate. No letterhead, no signature, declaring that the HOA could designate prime community spaces for neighborhood benefit. "Belinda," I said slowly, "this is my backyard. I own this land. That pool is on my deed. You don't get to assign it to the HOA like it's a public park." Her smile vanished. "Don't be difficult. It's happening, and there are consequences for obstructing community events." I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just told her to leave my property. Immediately, she left. But I knew that wouldn't be the last of it. She's been playing these power games ever since she took over as HOA president. A job she got only because no one else wanted it. Before her, the HOA mostly kept lawns tidy and threw the occasional barbecue. But Belinda, she made it a personal fiefdom, finding neighbors for excessive wind chimes, demanding chair replacements for not matching the community vibe, even issuing a letter about the precise shade of beige our mailbox needed to be. Eli had been terrified back then, and we ended up repainting the mailbox just to avoid more drama. Belinda showed up with a color swatch, nodded once, and left like she'd just knighted me. But claiming my pool, that was a whole new level. By Monday, she escalated. We found a notice taped to our front door, not mailed, just slapped on like a notice of foreclosure. Eli handled it like it was a biohazard. 2 full pages of event confirmation, listing guests, times, even use of our restroom, as if it were an amenity. That was it for me. I called the HOA's regional management company. The woman who answered, Brenda, sounded bored out of her mind. "Local boards have discretion," she droned. "You could dispute it at the next meeting." The next meeting? 3 weeks away. The party? 5 days away. So I made a choice. I went to the shed, grabbed my emergency submersible pump, and got to work. If she wanted to throw a pool party, she could find a different pool. The next morning, I typed up a formal notice. Pool closed for essential maintenance. Area restricted until further notice. Asterisk, asterisk. I handed it off to Janine, Belinda's HOA sidekick, during her usual morning poodle patrol. Just some routine upkeep, I told her with a smile. Then I started the pump. Thousands of gallons of water drained slowly, legally, and satisfyingly. By Wednesday, Belinda had plastered the neighborhood with shiny flyers. I found one blowing against my fence. Willow Creek's premier aquatic soiree. It read, featuring an obviously filtered photo of my pool. She wasn't just hosting a party. She was charging admission. Hank, our neighbor, told me she'd already sold VIP tickets with promises of deluxe catering and exclusive access. She was profiting off my property without permission. That wasn't just overstepping. That was fraud. Saturday came. Bright, sunny, perfect. The pool was bone dry. A big sign was posted. Pool closed. Repairs in progress. No trespassing. Asterisk, asterisk. By 2 p.m., luxury cars started arriving. People in designer sunglasses and pastel outfits stepped out, expecting a high-end event. Instead, they found an empty pool and locked gates. Then Belinda arrived, clipboard in hand, wearing a smug expression that evaporated the second she saw the sign and the drained pool. Her face turned red. She stormed up to me. "This is sabotage. You vandalized HOA property. I'm calling the police." And she did. Called 911. 2 officers arrived. I stayed calm and handed over my property deed and a copy of the HOA charter. Officer Miller flipped through the papers, then looked at Belinda. "Ma'am, this pool is on private property. Your HOA guidelines don't override property ownership. This isn't a criminal matter. And calling emergency services for this? That's misuse." Then one of the guests, a lawyer, apparently, stepped up. "Wait," he said. "Are you telling us she sold tickets for an event she didn't have permission to host?" That broke the dam. Guests started yelling, demanding refunds, calling it a scam. Belinda stood frozen. No words, no smirk, just quiet. She left in silence. By Monday, her resignation was posted on the HOA bulletin board. Janine followed suit. A new board was formed. Reasonable people who just wanted clean streets and quiet lives. Eli's back to sketching by the pool. He even drew a cartoon of Belinda floating in a pool while the water drains. We framed it in the hallway. So how far would I go to protect my peace, my home, and my brother's sanctuary? As far as it takes. Even to the bottom of a drained pool.